So for step 30, attaching the servo stay. Well, this is where we need to attach all of the pieces to the servo in order to install it in the car. However, you'll see here A5, and I've put it aside here, A5 right here. This will not be used because if you remember with the aluminum servo kit, that piece is already attached. We only need the arm that attaches to the servo. So because of that, we're not going to be using all of these things because you can see that you need 2 screws. Well, we're only using one of the MB1s to attach to the servo. The other side is going to be attached with one of the screws that came in the Yeah Racing kit. So I'm going to concentrate on putting these A12 pieces on, which will attach to the car itself. And then we've got just the one screw to attach because the other one will do when the servo's actually in the car. So I'll set this up and let's put this together. So let's get these pieces on first. So you can see we need to turn the servo around, and you can see that the rounded edge part is fitting on that way. So we have to put on the MC4 screw and a washer, just like that. And that is going to go through the top hole, just like that, and screw into the top of that. So again, the rounded edge is at the top. So I'm just going to grab my screwdriver, make sure that it's going into the right spot. So let's hold this way. I need to make sure that it's going in as level as possible. Yep. Okay. I'm left-handed, so I have to make an adjustment here. So now what you're going to want to make sure of is that the bottom is level with the servo so that it's flush. Now I'm going to tighten that up a bit more anyway. So and a bit more. There we go. So you can see that that's pretty much flush with the servo. So that's ultimately what it's going to look like. So we need to do the same thing on the other side. Grab our screw, grab our washer. Just like that. Stick that through the top hole. Curved end at the top, and again just going to make sure that that's going to go in correctly. There we go. It's pretty level, so I'll screw this in. And just make an adjustment, make sure that that actually is level. There, that's nice and tight, and it's flush with the surface of the servo, so that when it's sitting in the car, that's going to be flush with the bottom, so that we can screw the screws in up from the underside of the car and into those servo mounts. Excellent. So that part is done. So what do we have left to do here? Well, we've got our steering arm. We've got to put in one of those ball bits. Pop her in. Okay, so I just ended up pushing this down on the counter because the pliers were actually getting in the way. So now it's moving nice and free. And we're going to have to do the same thing with the other side. We'll see if that's going to pop into place. I'll try again with the pliers. Well, that one worked out well. So there we go. That's in there. They're both in there nice and smooth. Now, for this one, obviously for this side, we're going to put in one of the tapping screws, and it's going to screw directly into the servo saver. So I'll just screw that in. And make sure that that's going in correctly. Sort of is, but not. I'm just going to make an adjustment, make that level. Yes. And make sure that's going in correctly. Which it is. I'll just do one more turn here. There we go. So there we go. There is the arm. So again, that bridge piece is actually part of the aluminum steering linkage that's with the A Racing. So ultimately, that is now complete. We've finished this. We'll finish attaching this when we actually install the servo into the car. So step 30 is complete. So we're going to move on to 31 and attach the steering servo.